Yours?
It was good until I got the stomach bug.
Oh,
Oh, ooh.
That's not a
Well,
fun way to end Thanksgiving weekend.
so you let your husband cook? Is that what you're telling us?
No, no.
All right. Well, our live stream is active. I will resume our recording. We are ready to go.
All right. Let's see. Lisa, you already took attendance, so we don't need to do that. We're going to review meeting minutes from last. Actually, pull up agenda. Let me pull up the agenda. That's okay. I'm so congested. I apologize. Okay. Agenda approval. Anyone have any edits, changes, or comments on the agenda? If not, I will take an action to approve the agenda.
Don't move.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, give me a thumbs up, please. Okay, motion carries. Review minutes from the last meeting. Anyone have any changes, edits? If not, I'll take a motion to approve.
Don't move.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, give me a thumbs up. Anyone opposed? I'm gonna abstain because I missed like half hour of it.
I'm gonna abstain because I wasn't there.
Okay. Anyone else abstaining?
I'm good, Roseanne. I just can't get to my reaction button in time here.
Okay. All right. Motion carries. All right. No, public comments. Sorry.
no public
Right.
comment.
Okay. I don't think I have any updates. No. No updates for me. No comms.
No report.
Okay. All right. I hand it over to Joe.
Good evening, everyone.
Hello.
Hey, Joe.
Jack, if you can make me co-host, I guess, the share.
You should be all set, Joe.
All right, and can you see my screen?
We do.
Okay, so we have a PV system update, and then a quick field report. So PV system, we are been reviewing the documents with the authorities having jurisdiction. That is the building inspector, fire marshal, 504 accessibility officer, and the health inspector. We received plan review comments last Wednesday afternoon, right before Thanksgiving. Forwarded those to CES and D. Simone for the review. We responded to those comments on Monday afternoon. And we just received hot off the presses a couple of comments back from the building department, some looking for some clarifications on the additional information that we sent them. Just forward those to CES and D. Simone for their comment. Hopefully we receive those quickly tomorrow morning and can get that back to the building inspector so that the sign-off process on the documents that they're required to sign off for the PCR can occur. The PCR date did get pushed back to 12/8. So that's where we are with the PV system update.
Joe, how does that impact any timeline by that date getting pushed out?
Yes, so next slide. So I've updated the schedule to reflect this. Excuse
Thanks.
me. So we are here, started December, looking for the PCR next Monday. What I did was I did readjust the bid period. The previous time we presented, we had kind of squished that down to about 2.5, 3 weeks. I bumped it up to 4 weeks. which is a typical bid period. Chris, you could chime in if you think we could get it done sooner than that. So we'd be looking potentially for an PC approval, assuming we get through the OGA process in December, bidding in January, with a special meeting on February 4th instead of the 21st of January. And then I've updated the schedule for the PV system installation. So we have 4 months, a little more information I received from the building department last week. While procurement's going on, they are going to require a building permit or a permit for this system. And then we'll also be reviewing submittals in this period as well. And we're still anticipating 2 months to install. And based on the schedule, it'll be done beginning of August with closeout wrapping up beginning of September, which kind of aligns with where we had the regular project closeout occurring.
Is that good, bad, or indifferent around the school being out of session?
I could let Chris answer that. I would think that would be preferred to be installing when school's not in session.
Yeah, looking at this schedule, I don't necessarily see anything wrong with the 4-week bid period. And even if we were to push a little, that 1 month closeout of PV that you have there, August into early September, if we were to push that install out another, say, 3 weeks and be done right before the start of school, getting into that 1 month closeout period after school had started, that wouldn't be bad in my opinion. We do want to do the brunt of the work though in that summer period though.
Yep. Okay. Thanks. I'm just trying to find a silver lining into the whole sliding of the timeline on this.
Frankly, Matt, there's no difficulty. In fact, it's preferable. You're not really going to get a lot of response over the holiday period. So to actually hit the
Yeah.
street beginning of
Yeah.
January is preferable.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, I just mean more globally with, maybe where we thought we would be, a year ago. But yep, okay.
What's it do with costs though? Like, we're not going to lock into 2026 rates, I imagine. So does that have any impact or not?
I don't think realistically there's any real financial impact.
Okay.
No, these guys are still hungry for work, so I think you're still gonna get a decent bid value. And then I
Okay.
think you're also gonna get a decent procurement and install as well. I
Okay.
think, and Joe, I would assume Joe was conservative in some of these timeframes. So we will do everything we can to expedite.
Sounds good.
Okay. And any other questions? Or move on.
I think we're covered.
Field report. So I will be visiting the site on Friday morning to review the wall graphics. We've forwarded back we had a control sample that we received at the time of submittal review, sent that back out to Newfield, so they'll have that in the field. And we'll be comparing it against what's actually on the wall. I'm assuming we're going to be going up on a lift or a ladder to look at both the red and the black figures and compare that with the control sample. Also, we'll do a punch list confirmation to confirm that items that have been indicated as closeout are actually closed out. We'll do that on Friday morning as well. Richter and Segan have been doing site visits as needed. And then D'Agostino will be going out on Tuesday afternoon to do their punch list for the technology equipment. We've been notified that that's ready to be punch list. And Submittals, I think we're down to 5 left to close out. So that's where we stand with closeout submittals. Any questions?
Easy peasy.
And a short presentation for us tonight, then.
We
All
might,
right.
we might challenge Shannon's record tonight.
Let's not jinx anything here.
Do we want to go over the extended contract?
I'll be discussing that in our report.
Okay, thanks. All right, next is Newfield.
Yes, I don't have good evening, everybody. I don't have a formal report for tonight. I was going to open it up for questions and comments from the building committee. So if you guys have anything that you'd like to discuss, I'll lead with that, and then I'll fill in the blanks as we go.
Any issues with opening up the bus loop?
I wasn't made aware of any issues.
Oh, good. Wasn't sure.
From our end, no, it worked. I mean, a few buses made the wrong turn, but
Yeah. Oh, geez.
we've worked it out by Wednesday, and it's much smoother. The cars don't back out to the road anymore. So all in all, it's going well.
Now, for the parent drop off, are they doing 2x2 with the cars or just one single
No,
line?
they're doing 1 by 1. They don't need the 2 by 2 at this point. They can get everybody in. They move through really pretty quickly once
Okay,
we
good.
at 7:30 once we open the doors.
Oh, good. Okay.
That's really good to hear. I'll have to let Richter and Segan know that.
Absolutely, that's great to hear. Thank you.
Are we going to talk about the gymnasium floor report? Oh, we did that in detail last time, didn't we?
Well,
I forgot. I wasn't here half of the meeting last time.
I can give a quick update on that. We did receive comment from the contractor and the subcontractor. We had a meeting earlier on Monday. We have a direction that we're heading in, which is right now, and Jack, correct me if I'm wrong. We're gonna, excuse me, we're gonna go ahead and continue with allowing the seasonal adjustments to go through between heating and cooling cycles. And we're reserving the building committee's right to have full replacement of the floor as well. We're still batting around some ideas between Arcadis, Perkins, and Newfield on exactly how and when we're going to do things, but I believe we're heading in a direction for you guys.
How much of the payment are we retaining?
There's still $169,000 left sitting there, which will not be released until resolution of this gym floor and stage floor issue.
Okay. And this includes the stage as well, right?
Yep, both of them. Yep.
Okay, good. Anyone have any questions or thoughts, concerns?
Yeah, and we are continuing to work through retainage releases. I am obtaining releases of sureties for contractors as well as CHRO closeout documentation and getting insurance certs in place for the next 2 years and making sure that you guys are covered throughout this closeout process. And Joe is right. We're down to a handful of items requiring review for the closeout binder. And Max has been working through those pretty diligently. We're trying to get something in your guys' hands by the 12th of December. That's our goal right now. So as of now, the construction activities are only relating to punch list items that we can address right now. We are on a winter shutdown now, and the majority of items that were left on the punch list are landscape and site work related, which cannot be addressed at this point in time. And we actually went through the deferred seasonal testing for the heating system, which checked out aces. We did really well with that. There was one minor issue that made it to the log, which we are addressing now. So everything's looking pretty decent unless you guys are seeing something differently.
How are we with media center repairs?
I was trying to get out there today so that I could give you an updated report, but Dan and myself are going to be going to the site tomorrow. We're going to do our review of those CX items that are left, as well as the punch list items that are left as well. At that time, I'll be able to give a better update.
Is that going to include the claw marks?
The claw marks, Joe, when you're out to look at the wall graphics, I want to have a conversation with you and the contractor, or we're all together, and just make sure that we're all on the same page. We're almost across the finish line with that.
Okay.
And then also, I know that we were talking about the marquee letters.
Yeah.
Those have been approved. Well, I shouldn't say approved. Those have been selected, and I've put together my CM contingency draw to cover the costs, which are on the table for review at tomorrow's PCO meeting. Once that gets approved, I will go ahead and release, and then we'll get those letters out to you.
Okay. I think that was, oh, the audio issue, we resolved that, right, in the auditorium?
I'm still doing hand-to-hand combat with the contractors. I have figured out what the issue is, and I'm awaiting for them to tell me when they're gonna come fix it. So I did locate what the issue is.
Oh, good. What was the issue?
The issue is that they put one of the controllers in the wrong location, and if they move that controller to the control booth,
Mm-hmm.
issue's gone.
Okay. Speaking of putting things in the wrong places, in the cafeteria storage room, that box with, did we ever end up moving it? The AV box?
I presented a change order to the subcommittee, and we all agreed that it was cost prohibitive.
So we're gonna keep it where it was.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Okay, I think that was everything I can remember. Anyone else have anything that you guys can remember that I'm forgetting?
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks. All right. Arcadis.
Oh, sorry. I just remember something.
Yeah.
I think this is different than the audio issue in the auditorium, but the lighting, being able to do the house lights in the booth, I think you were looking at training for that.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about when I said the controller was in the wrong
Okay.
location.
Okay, I
So,
wasn't sure if that was lights or audio. Okay,
yeah,
got it. Thank you.
yeah, no problem.
So that was for the lights, but for the audio, is it the same situation? Or we're just gonna add a new speaker into the auditorium?
We're processing a change order for that, for the audio section of that tomorrow. That's made it through DiAgostino with no comments. So that should be a pretty open and shut case. That will take care of both the guidance issue as well as the auditorium issue.
And did we resolve the issue with the doors? I don't want to go into too much detail with the issue with the doors, but hopefully you know what I'm talking about.
To the best of my knowledge, the only issue with doors that I'm aware of is the double set of doors going down the B wing on the first floor with the mag locks, which I am almost there on getting that fixed as well.
All right. Anyone have anything else for Chris? All right, moving on then.
All right. Good evening. Typical agenda, closeout updates you've already heard about. We'll talk about the financials. One effort that is related to closeout is our incentive payment from Eversource. We received notice, I guess it was 2 weeks ago, that they've got all the boxes checked. Everything should be satisfactory for their final review and issuance of the payment to the town by the end of this month. The total of the incentives between the electric side of the utility as well as our gas usage will provide the town with a total incentive payment of $511,247.09. Taking that right from Eversource's email to us. That's just the way the math worked out. We love those pennies. So that's good news. It was, we had targeted proportionally about 500,000, and we came in just over with 511. So that's all good news. Moving through financials, our typical project summaries for both companion projects, master budgets, and contingency use. For the middle school, we have paid to date through the end of October. It's only the 3rd of December. We don't have the town's November payment records yet. So through the October pay period, we had paid out just short of 56.4. Paid to date on central admin, about almost 3.2 million. We still have unencumbered amounts, which are contingencies and bid savings. So with our predicted $1.5 million-ish in costs for the PV, obviously comfortably fits within the 5.1 on the middle school. For master budgets, you'll see expenditures. Let me do that. I see expenditures against fees that were paid in the month of October. CM payments, furniture and equipment, and technology equipment that was paid for, and a small adjustment to owner's contingency in each. For owner's contingency, we've transferred in to 291,000 on the middle school and just short of 2 million out. So we have a net remaining construction contingency of 1.7 million. That does not include the bid savings. And on the central admin side, we've got a net owner's contingency of $134,000. All of the PV system costs are being apportioned to the middle school side of the ledger. As far as owner contingency transfers, nothing incredible. We did have some recent credits from the CM that were reflected in the owner's contingency, which we will see more of that as individual allowance closeouts happen. You'll see more of that in the changes for approval tonight. Again, central admin, similar. Activities for record, we had change order number 17, which fell within the threshold for direct approval. So we ask that you affirm the change order committee's approval with a net credit value of $82,014.74. And if we could have a motion to that effect, please.
So move.
Second.
All in favor, give me a thumbs up, please.
I'm good, Rosanna.
Thumbs up. Thank you. I think that is unanimous. Motion carries.
Thank you. For central admin, change order number 9 to Newfield in a credit value of $5,165.72, affirming the change order committee's approval.
Take a motion.
So move.
There's a second. All in favor, give me a thumbs up.
Jack, I'd like to make a comment to all that.
Okay.
As of right now, we're probably about 75% through the allowance reconciliation process. Most of what's still outstanding is drywall related, electrically related, and site work related.
Okay.
That motion carries. Thank you.
Okay. Now for approval tonight, we have an adjustment. We've talked about this at the previous meeting about some additional files for central office. The quantity had been 2 at the last meeting. We got a correction immediately after last building committee meeting saying they really needed 3. So basically we will undo the activity from last time, approving the 2 and ask for approval of 3 with a total value, including shipping, of $3,165.54 to Suburban. Again, this will cancel the previous action.
Any discussion? If not, I'll take a motion to approve.
So moved.
For a second. All in favor, give me a thumbs up. It's unanimous. Motion carries.
We like that. I was going to say when we were going through all those credits, I said, this is our favorite part of the project. We're in the building, we're loving it, and we're getting money back. So,
Yeah.
what's not to
Jack,
like?
you want to hit the Granger?
Yeah, we can I'll comment on that. Thank you. We had a couple meetings back approved a training invoice from Granger on the lift. Last meeting, we said, no, Granger can't do it. It's going to be done by a third party. So we transferred dollar for dollar to the third party. We just recently heard back that Granger says, no, the third party is going to do it, but the money still flows through us. So essentially, what we want to do is void last meeting's action to take the money away from Granger and to restore it to the original path of payment, which was through Granger. So if someone could make a motion on that for the record, again, a $0 change, but putting the lift training fees back into the Granger purchase order.
Okay. Take a motion.
So moved.
What do you
Second.
say? All in favor, give me a thumbs up. Unanimous. Motion carries.
Okay. We'll talk about these invoices, and then I will talk about one other topic that's not before you tonight. We have a slate of invoices. We have Suburban for some furniture deliveries. We have Newfield for both central admin and the middle school, and the Arcadis monthly invoice for the period ending November. Total value of these invoices is $436,392.79, and we ask your approval.
Take a motion.
So moved.
No, second.
All in favor, give me a thumbs up. It's unanimous. Motion carries.
Righty. Now, the item that was not presented to you tonight was an ad service from Perkins Eastman for extended contract services for our closeout period and the PV installation. What we would like to do is put all pieces of the PV puzzle together as far as fees and present it as a package. We know that at some point we'll be bidding this and that we would do a GMP increase, another amendment to Newfield's contract to increase the GMP, just like we did when we went from our site prep phase 1 to the actual project phase 2. Is it the committee's desire to do it all in one piece once we get the bids back, or would you be receptive to our doing the fee portions of it in advance and then just doing the construction component once the bids return?
Is there a benefit either way?
It's just another transaction through the system.
I think the less the transactions, the better.
Okay. So Joe, you'll have to have faith in the committee until we have those bids back and everything happens together.
Unless there's a benefit that I'm missing.
Well, I guess the only question I would have would be, to Perkins is since that number will come in, those bids will come in January. And right now your project duration, per your current contract, ran through December. Would Perkins have any interruption of service until the bids are approved at a late January or early February building committee meeting? Is that an issue for Perkins?
Joe, you want me to jump in?
Yeah, please, Mark.
Delegating upward. Okay.
We're not gonna. I mean, we'll keep track of our hours and stuff, but we'll be here.
Yeah. And for context, Perkins has presented an ad service request switching over to hourly services after the end of December. So any lingering closeout issues and then any construction administration support related to PV that happens after December would be charged on an hourly basis.
Is that separate from the other request? Or is that part of the contract extension?
That is the contract extension.
Mm-hmm. I thought so. It's like a capped at a certain amount per month.
They provided a recommended allowance per month as a projected budget. But again, as hourly services, you get what you pay for and you pay for what you get. So keeps it simple.
Right. But is there like a do not exceed per month?
No, we didn't do a do not exceed. It's just
is that what the allowance is then? I mean, if you're giving an allowance, is that essentially the same thing?
I think it's more of an estimate based on what we would anticipate. And, to Jack's point, we're, trying to make it favorable for both sides on that. We could probably add a not to exceed or some language that would at least give you some comfort or some, heads up on, hey, this is going at a faster clip than we thought. We don't anticipate that, but I imagine that would maybe give you all a bit more comfort on approving that kind of thing.
Are we going to be expecting something similar from Newfield and Arcadis, Jack? Chris?
Anything from Arcadis would be minimal because we have the way we've budgeted our closeout time. We already run through June.
Okay.
So if closeout is extending, say, to October, it would be a minimal increase, and we could also package it in such a way that it's based on hourly rates to keep things simple, keep things fair for the owner. And for Newfield, when we have the contractors signed up for the PV work, they have their labor and their fee that gets added to that final bid price. So that's what would make up the GMP amendment to support that construction effort.
Okay.
Any questions on either the Arcadis report or any of these PV discussions?
Yeah, I have a question. The original schedule from Newfield had construction going through part of next year for the site work, right?
Which we're ahead of schedule other than punch list, yeah.
So Perkins' schedule is clearly at variance with that. Was that just based on, was their contract based on our original schedule and not updated after we got Newfield on board? Like, why is their work ending in December?
Joe, you guys were procured before we were. I think it may be just a matter of what version of a schedule was used at the time the RFP went out and the contract was drafted. Joe, can you add any clarity to that?
Right, yeah, our owner architect agreement indicated that our contract architect services was for 36 months. That agreement was dated September 22nd, 2022, which would have ended in September of 2025. With the 3-month referendum pause, we extended that to December 22nd of 2025.
Okay.
We need to approve something tonight, Jack?
No, I just want to know what the committee's preference was moving forward.
Does anyone have a preference?
Sorry, Jack, one more clarifying question. I understand about having to increase the GMP for the phase 4 for the PV. You were suggesting to also at that point, like address or put in, all right, the GMP isn't going to go up for the amount of this additional PE budget, is it? That's just related to the construction, is it?
No, the GMP captures Newfield staffing, their fee, and the cost of the subcontractor.
Okay, right. Nothing to do with Perkins, right? Okay.
Nothing to do. No, that
Gotcha.
they're all related to the PV phase happening this summer, but separate transactions.
Yep. Gotcha. Thank you.
Any other discussion on anything? Okay, is that it, Jack?
That's it.
All right. Anyone have any go backs?
I think the only lingering question on my list is: do we anticipate we'll be having a meeting on the 17th, or will we be canceling that meeting?
Unless there's some decision we need to make on that date, I would prefer we cancel.
Chris, do you anticipate any need?
That's a negative. I think everything that we can do can either be ad hoc through our OAC or ad hoc through our change order subcommittee.
Okay. Well, heck, then Merry Christmas.
Okay. Have a great holiday break, everyone. So I guess, Lisa, we're going to cancel our next meeting.
Happy
We'll see
holidays.
you all next year.
Happy holidays, everyone.
All right.
Happy
Bye,
holidays.
everyone.
All
Bye-bye
right.
now.
See you next
Thanks.
year.
Bye.
Bye.